Hello crafty friends, Stacy here as always, and this is FlossTube Season 9, which means that I have been doing FlossTube videos for 8 years now, and this year, 2026, is the 9th year. I have quite a few things to show on this video today, but I will try to be quick about it. I only have one finish, but that's okay. I had a lot of new starts, and the best part, every cross stitcher knows that the best part about cross stitching is starting a cross stitch, starting a new project, and finishing a project. The in-between is okay. So it's nice to have some variety and some different stuff. I started the year because of 12 by 12. I started new starts for 4 of the 12 by 12. And because of the 12 by 12 and the new year, I had 14 WIPs, and I still have 14 WIPs even though I have one finish. So let's get started with entering a video here of the 12 by 12, which, as you know from my last FlossTube video, I did not do on New Year's Eve completely just because I had to work, and therefore I did not have all day just to be stitching away for 12 hours. So here is a quick video of the 12 by 12, which also included December's WIP Workday. WIP Workday, I am still going to continue throughout 2026, but I am not going to have the little videos of them each month. I feel like that was just taking up too much photos and memory on my phone. So I'm still going to be doing it. I'm still going to be probably telling you totals or maybe what I worked on or whatever. I'm just not going to have that little video like I just showed. One of the things that I started was this green groovy chick by Satsuma Street. So I am working on the green one. I will show that as a new start because I did more than just the hours work on it. I did all of this so far. This is a really interesting pattern because it is laid out in a rectangle like this, and then you fold it and sew it and cut your little felt pieces for the beak, what is this called? There's a word for that on birds and I forget, but anyways, it's hair, I'm gonna say. Okay, its beak, its hair, and its tail is felt pieces. You can see also on the back, that's the tail of the green one. And so you stitch it in this rectangle, and then you sew it in a way that it makes a pyramid, which is really cool. And so I am going to finish stitching on this. It's pretty easy because this is 28 count linen, and so therefore it is quite quick to stitch on. The holes are larger, and whenever it's finished with the stitching portion and we get to the felt embellishments and the sewing portion, you know how I am. You know how I am with sewing finishes. Will it be done? Who knows? Okay, this is supposed to be very, I know it looks very yellowy, but it's a green fabric. It's hard to tell. It looks very yellow. And so I think that I'm going to possibly, before I sew it, put a green fabric behind it before I sew it into a pyramid. Just some thoughts. That was one of the new starts that I had for 12 by 12. The next new start that I have to show you, I just started yesterday actually, and it is a printed or a stamped aHAED fabric. It is a different brand that I have never worked with before. It is called Flower Girl. This was given to me by someone for Christmas, and it is on a printed canvas. I will show you. I started on it yesterday, so I've done a little bit of stitching on it. One thing that I'm not too happy about is all of this yellow down here is the blue background. And what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch her and her hair, the flowers, and then I'm going to do the washing procedure for the fabric and see if I like the white background. If I don't like the white background, then I can always make it blue. But that is a lot of stitching just for a background, just because the fabric itself was not blue. Like, if it looks fine with white, I'll go with the white. Work smarter, not harder. But it did come with a lot of beautiful colors. You guys know how I like some colors. And this came with the Flower Girl, lots of pretty colors there. And they came on these floss drops, and they are DMC numbers. So that is a plus. I can always use the floss after the project is finished on other stuff because it's should all match. Now, if of course, if the lot number is different or if it doesn't exactly match, then I can't use it. But such beautiful colors. It also came with, which I thought was interesting, it came with this little pack, which is some little nippers, a tube with 5 needles in it, and this little thimble like band that you can put around your finger. Most of the time as I'm stitching, everybody's different, but I always use my middle finger on my right hand to help push the needle back through from the back to the front. And so if I needed to, I could put that little band on my middle finger on the right hand to help it from making little, I don't know, cuts. It doesn't, it's not really bad. Maybe I'm gonna develop a callus or something, I don't know. And it also came with a needle threader. So I thought that was interesting. A thimble and a needle threader, that's something that you don't normally, and nippers or scissors, whatever you want to call it. That's not something that you would normally get with a cross stitch kit. So that was Flower Girl that I just started yesterday. Let me put her up. Give me just a second. Okay, moving on to WIPs. I haven't showed you these WIPs in a little while, so I'm going to show you some WIPs that have had quite a bit of progress since the last time that you have seen them. The first one is Heaven and Earth Designs, which you guys know are extremely large and in charge. This is Heart and Soul. The artwork is by Josephine Wall, and of course the cross-stitch pixelated form is by Heaven and Earth Designs by Michelle Sayeda. So this is the only little picture I have of her, and I haven't shown that in quite a while. The last time that you saw it, and I might have to back up for this, but this is her right now. She is not quite halfway done, maybe 35% done, 40% done, not quite halfway there. But as you can see, I have quite a few parked threads, and let's see here, that one's in a braid. So I've parked some threads down here. This is the last portion that I worked on, and then when I took it out of the frame, I was like, I have to show this just because I haven't shown it in so long, because the frame, I'm just moving around. It might show like one quadrant at a time, and so took it out of the frame and ironed it so that I could show it on this video. Quite a bit of progress going on. Yep. That is Heaven and Earth Designs, Heart and Soul. I believe that it is going to be my goal for this year to finish one of my Heart and Souls that I'm working on. This is one, and the other one is Daughter of the Deep. So that is my 2026 goal, is to finish one of these. That probably means that I'm going to have to neglect one in order to finish the other, but we'll see what happens. Another one that I haven't shown in a while, and I did take the frame off and ironed it so that I could show it, is the Festival of Lights Chinese Lanterns. This is by an Etsy shop called Vivsters. It's Vivian Powers that created this, and this is what I have so far. I'm doing all of the 310, the black first, and then I'm going to fill in the lanterns with all the colors after I'm done with all of the black. And there's no really rhyme or reason as to why I choose to stitch things in the order that I choose. It's just to keep things different and interesting between projects. That's why I chose to do all the 310 first on this one. I'll post a picture of what it's supposed to look like. I don't have it on me right now in this moment. So I kind of wrote down, because of the pattern keeper, you can quickly tell how many stitches are in each color, and the 310, the black, has 12,756 stitches in black, and I think that I am down to 8,000 and something, maybe more. I don't know. last WIP that I'm going to show, one that I haven't shown in a little while as well, and I took it out of the frame to make this video, is the 324, 324, 324. How's it said? I don't know. I have done more on that since the last time that you saw it. And all I have left to do, this one will be finished fairly soon, I think, if I continue to work on it. This could be a finish in the next few months, maybe even. So I've decided at this point, and the reason I stitched this in the pinwheel pattern was, again, to keep it interesting and kind of have a little more fun with it because it's different. And so I think that this is the last portion that I'm going to do in that pinwheel pattern. From now on out, I'm just going to complete these empty triangles to finish this 324, 324, 324. And the reason that it's called that, if you haven't been watching the FlossTube videos, the reason that it's called that is because it uses 324 different colors of DMC. Each little thing is a different color. It's going to be really pretty whenever it's finished. I love the rainbow. I mean, I'm happy that I did it on white, but I think that it would be really beautiful if you were to do it on black. I love black rainbow stuff. Let's see here. So 324 colors, and I think that there's 482 colors of DMC total. But of course, this is not including blacks, grays, browns at all. This is only including colors, not, one could argue that gray is a color, brown is a color, black is a color, but, and whites and creams. This is not including any of those. So you could take all of that out. So 482 colors minus 324, 158 colors are not used in this pattern, if my math is correct in my head. Yep. 158 colors are not used out of all the colors that DMC offers, which a lot of that, like I said, is going to be like gray and cream and brown and all of that. I did have one finish so far for the year of cross stitch. It was one that I started for 12 by 12. It was this very small one. It's by Painting Fairy cross stitch. It was my first stamped cross stitch fabric on aHAED. The computer picture there does not show half stitches and stuff. It just shows the colors that are meant to be. And so whenever you stitch it with half stitches and all of that, this is what it turned out to be. I was a little bit scared that the printed fabric would not wash off. So therefore I started with a little small guy just in case, so that way I wasn't wasting my time on a bigger project and then have it not wash. So I did a little experimental video, a time-lapse video of the washing procedure of this, and I am happy to announce that after 4 times soaking in warm water, the print does come completely off, and I'm happy with the results. I'm happy with the outcome. It did not take very long, just maybe total 15-20 minutes to get all of the print off of this fabric. And now you have a little, it looks like a counted cross stitch. You cannot see a single symbol or number or print on there. Very nice. Also, on the pattern, they had a border that goes around the whole thing. I chose not to stitch that. Printing Fairy cross stitch, good job on having the print exactly on the 18 count, I think is what I did, or maybe 16 count aHAED, so that I could easily follow it. This is something that I am just starting to get into, as you saw with the Flower Girl, and I really feel like it is something that's going to be easy to do, like in the car, where you don't have to look at a pattern and then count and look at your fabric and look at the pattern. Like, you're just looking at this. Like, you can see everything, and it's printed very nicely, and I have to say that I am impressed. That is the only cross stitch finish I have. You might be wondering what this thing is. Right there, I have another finish, but it's not cross stitch. I will have a video posting of a time lapse of me putting this lovely book nook together. There's a little bit of a reflection. Let me take out that glass. There we go. Let me take out that so that there's no reflection. There we go. Turn on the light. So I will be posting a video on this cute little book nook and the time lapse of me putting it together. It's called Twilight Cottage. I started with a cheaper one that I got off of Amazon just to see if I would enjoy this type of craft before I went with more expensive versions of this. But everything in here, I mean, there's a few little fabric details and stuff like that. There is my ornament. It's a corgi dog, so he's a little figurine. Everything else is punched out of like a wood particle board. So everything else is particle. So cute. Be looking forward to that. If you'd like to be notified of that video when it's posted, just hit that little bell down below and subscribe to my page, and you will see whenever I post a video, it will notify you. YouTube will notify you. All right, I believe that that is it. I am hoping for my next FlossTube video to be with my sister, Shari. We haven't done a video together in quite a while. In fact, I think that our last video that we did together was the live video that we did back in August. Was it August or September? Anyway, I think that was our last video together, and so we need to get together again, don't we? All right, I will see you soon. Valentine's Day is coming up. Happy Valentine's Day, and I hope that your New Year's was wonderful. Here's to a good 2026 of crafting and stitching and doing all of the things. All right,